right, good morning. Uh, Nobody's joining me yet. So, for those of you who are watching this later or recorded, I'm just going to take a little bit of time to wait for some people to join us this morning. Um, so welcome. Good morning. I hope your day is going well. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Janet Archibald, and I am the administrative assistant here at, at River Heights Vineyard Church. I laugh because I say that I'm the administrative assistant here, but I'm not at church. I'm at my house. um, so, but I was practicing this earlier and I said, well, and I'm like, you know what? In this time, our church is everywhere. So our church is wherever you are. So if you are at home, church is with you right now. And if you're at work, church is with you right now too. So again, good morning. I hope that you are doing well. So I'm happy to join you this morning for a devotional. I'm just going to mention this again for those of you who don't know. I have been doing these devotions over on our Instagram profile, except I would do it typed out and with a picture instead. So this is kind of a new thing for me to do these devotions on a live video broadcast. So I call them Word of Prayer Wednesdays, and I would write out the devotion, and then I would mention that if anything resonated, that I invite you to type amen in the comments, and then we would pray for you. Otherwise, I would say if nothing resonated with you, or if you just have other prayer requests, you can write your one-word praise report or prayer request in the comments, and then invited everybody to pray for someone else who had commented. So that's kind of the format that I'm going to take with this Word of Prayer Wednesday as well. So I'm coming to you today to talk a little bit about how my week has been going. So my one word. I'm talking a lot about words this morning. My one word for the year is open. And so I feel like I need to be a little open with you guys this morning. A lot of the times when I'm writing my devotions, they are words that I need to hear myself. So it's not like I just get this grand idea out of the blue or from God. Obviously, my words are from God and not from me. A lot of the times it's like, hey, God is saying, Janet, you need to remember this yourself, or this is something that you're going to have to apply yourself. So please know that a lot of times when I say these words, it's because I need to hear them too. So this was especially true last week. Within an hour of finishing my devotion with you guys last week, events went into motion that caused me to put my words to the test. It's a long story, slightly complicated, but what happened on Friday of last week made me feel like all the strength and all the hope that I had been clinging to just get through the incredible stress that was last week just absolutely shattered. I forgot all the words that I had told you guys on Thursday. I wasn't still. I didn't focus on God, and I just ended up feeling numb. So lately, God has been speaking to me through my dreams, and that's something that I hope to talk to you guys about later, but that's a story for a different day. So Friday night was no different. God gave me a beautiful dream filled with his warm white light, and I was surrounded by family, love, and comfort. I woke up feeling slightly better, but I also realized that hope that I had inside of me felt like a tiny little unsteady flicker of a flame instead of the bright, white, bright, steady flame of hope that I usually carry. I knew in that moment that flame, no matter how small it was, had to be protected. I wasn't worried about what I had to do to grow it. I just knew that it had to be protected. It took me 2 days to finally feel back to my normal self. As normal as you can feel when there's a global pandemic going on. But as I started thinking about what I wanted to say to you guys in my devotion today, I kind of drew a blank. But then I heard the words, take heart. The hope and the lightness that I felt from hearing those words was incredible. And so today, I want to talk to you about taking heart. Before I heard those words of take heart, I wondered how I could come to you with another devotional when I hadn't even been able to follow the words that I had spoken just last week. I felt like a failure. Take heart was God's encouragement to me. He knew what I had just been through, and that I let my emotions get the better of me, and that I almost lost all hope. But that didn't matter to him. What mattered to him was that I came back to him. We screw up. Things happen. When we come back to him, he tells us to take heart. So the Greek word for take heart means to be of good courage or to be of good cheer. It is used in the Bible 8 times, and 3 of those times are verses about Jesus healing someone. I feel like what Jesus is saying when he uses this phrase is, I know what you've been through. I also know your heart. So take the courage, cheer, forgiveness, and healing that I have for you, and go forward from this place. So personally, I can get so easily stuck in my past wrongs and failures. So hearing take heart for me was God saying, I know what happened. I know you were stressed. I know you almost lost all hope. I know you lost sight of me. But I also know your heart. I know that you turned away from despair and looked for me. I forgive you. Now go on from here with courage, hope, healing, and forgiveness, and maybe, eventually, a little bit of cheer too. Take heart. What is God saying to you? Where in your life do you need the courage or the cheer to move forward? So I'm going to wrap this up a little bit. I still have a few more words to say. But wrapping up, I want to read probably the most famous of the take heart verses, which is John 16:33. As I was looking up the verses where take heart appears, I was pretty shocked with how perfectly this verse fits with our current situation. So a little backstory, leading up to John 16, Jesus has been talking with his disciples after they finished their Passover meal. Jesus knew his time on the cross was coming, and so he mentioned over and over ways to know him and to know God, and how they could still find him after he was gone. He warned them that there would be troubles, but he also said that it was best for him to go. In these words, Jesus was equipping, encouraging, and preparing his disciples for what was to come. John 16:33 is the last verse in this line of conversation with the disciples before Jesus goes into a beautiful prayer. As I read this verse to you, I know that a lot of people have probably heard this one already. So I want you to take this moment, if you're willing and comfortable, to maybe close your eyes and focus on what God may want to say to you through this verse or through the phrase of take heart. So John 16:33 says, I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth, you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart, because I, Jesus, have overcome the world. If you need some courage and cheer to move forward right now, or to move forward from a hard situation in your life, if you feel like your flame of hope is a tiny, unsteady flame right now, or if anything else I mentioned resonates with you, please feel free to type amen in the comments, and we will happily pray for you. Otherwise, you are welcome to write your short prayer request or praise report in the comments as well. And I invite everybody to pray for someone else that has commented. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to give you that time of to write either amen or your praise report or your prayer request. And then I'll do just like a general prayer, and then we can maybe pray for some people specifically if you are willing to do that. And I hope you know that there's no pressure for you to comment or to put up your praise or prayer request. We just want to connect with you and pray with you, because we know the power and connection that comes through prayer. So, will you pray with me? God, I thank you for sending your son, Jesus, to overcome this world. Thank you that you see us all the time, and especially in our trials and sorrows, and that you have that courage, cheer, hope, strength, healing, and forgiveness readily available for us through our trials and sorrows. May Jesus' words of take heart fill us with what we need to move forward and bring us the comfort that we so need right now. So I don't see any comments right now, and that's okay. Please know that we love you, and we're so glad that you joined us this morning. And if you want to write comments here at any time or prayer requests anytime at all, we will definitely be praying for you. Remember to join us tonight at 6 p.m. when Pete will be doing his devotion, 6 p.m. I think I said. And also, if you need more prayer, but maybe wanted in a little bit more private setting, don't forget to fill out your connection cards. We've been posting links to that on our Facebook page. You can also find it on your app. So you can take a look at your app, go to the home, and scroll to connect, and then scroll down. The third option should be your connection card, and you can fill that out there. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful morning. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will connect with you with the other devotion tonight at 6 p.m. Bye, guys.